Hi there. Hi. Hello. Guess what? Welcome to yet another Wackaflcka Explain. Some people in the comments have been asking for a kiting video, so I figured I would just talk a little bit about that and give some tips as to how to improve and some of the things that I do sometimes. And also just, as I said, mention some other things. But first, I just hit 200 subs, which is the main reason why I wanted to just make a video and get it out there. To say thank you again for the insane um, growth and everyone just smashing the like button and everything. Even the newest one is fucking almost 30 likes. I mean, it's not like it's not like it doesn't matter, but it like makes me. It's nice to like see that people are like smashing it that hard. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you do, then thank you. And yeah, did I say thank you for the 200 subs? It's fucking late. I don't know. But again, thank you so much. And I realize if I keep like releasing these videos all the time, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, thank you for 201 subs. Oh my god, 202 subs. So fucking crazy, insane. Although we are at 201. But yeah. Yeah. We'll see what I end up doing. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for the appreciation and everything that I've been receiving. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. So for the people asking for the kiting video, also, I realized that these intros become very long when I do this every single time, so maybe I'll just move it to the end or something like that. Because people just wanna, they're like, eventually you'll just be like, well, just get to the fucking business. We already know this is fucking Wackaflcka Explain, okay? Just stop talking and start showing stuff. And so we'll figure that out, but okay. Kiting video, as I said, the one I'm talking about, A-Click, covers most of it. Mostly the thing about muscle memory that you hold on. I'll enable this as well. That makes it easier to understand. Sorry, I could have prepared better, you know. Budget streamer and YouTube maker, creator. But yeah, as I mentioned in the click video, it's all about muscle memory and having two buttons to kind of like separate each action, meaning kiting backwards, right click right, and then upwards is the, as I said, my personal preference is this button. So I'll spawn a dummy and down like this, right? So like the best thing to just practice is just do this and then use whatever buttons you are used to. Obviously, when I'm doing stuff like this, then just right-clicking is a lot easier. Because this dummy is standing still, so there's not a lot of effort put into this. Right? I misclicked one stamp. It's late. But okay. Right. And truth be told, the people that are struggling with this kind of stuff is something that I experience myself sometimes, is that you might have the preference or you might like doing this, or like you find like you don't really do anything but this. Because even, or like one guy said, I move my mouse and like eventually I just start like clicking everywhere, right? Like sometimes I just lose track when I'm trying to go fast, and I lose track where I'm clicking, and sometimes I'll be clicking in other directions. And the only thing I can really say to people is that you just have to take the time to do it slow. Like, don't expect to get into games and watch the videos like this and then start space gliding instantly. You know, like it's not how it works. Like, you don't just watch one YouTube video and then you're like going 5,000 APM. Like, it's just not how it works. So it's one of the things you just have to like clean. Like, you have to clean up your mechanics. Like, you have to just start over again. So don't go overboard. Just take it slow. Make sure you do it properly, and then eventually, as you get better, then you can start doing it faster, right? Because you are not gonna. You can't just force yourself to just do it at insane speed instantly, right? So you have to just take your time and not be lazy. Like, there are some times where I'm like lazy and I'm getting chased and I'll just do this instead because like I just can't be bothered, right? But it's a bad habit because you might get tired in your arm or something. So just take your time, make sure you do it properly. And that's the best advice that I can really give when it comes to in-game. Because as I said, like this here, right? I'm taking my time making sure that I move my arm far enough away, and I'm alternating my moves, right? Every time I click away, it's always right click. Every time I click on the dummy, I make sure it's a left click, right? I take my time to make sure I do it right. So for some people that might not feel comfortable doing this at this speed here, right? Then do it slower. Do it like this. And just take your time. Just just get into your muscle memory. Get used to swapping the buttons and just because it's all about rhythm in the end. And the reason that people will end up misclicking this is because they fuck up their rhythm, right? And that's just muscle memory. But you can't do this all day because you're gonna start scuffing this. Like it becomes harder for me to do it now as I've continued doing this. Like my left finger is getting a bit tired, so which is why I prefer to just do this, to be honest. Right? So just dancing around one of these dummies is something you can do. Just make sure you get the distance every single time. Like I'm getting a bit close now. Right? Just make sure that you space out. Just do a full circle around the dummy like this. It's also good because you get to practice your mouse angle at every single angle. Because like this here is for sure the most comfortable and easiest one to do. Right? This is the one that most people are not going to struggle with. But then when you get to this angle here, then it becomes a bit more difficult again. Right? So this is the one practice I can recommend. And just making sure that you are taking your time between each click, making sure that they're right, because you are just practicing your rhythm, right? Like you have a feel for your auto attack speed, which is why Hail Blades in some cases is also bad, because it messes up the attack speed rhythm. Because the first three autos are really fast, and then you're doing this, right? And then suddenly it's no attack speed, and then you have to do this. So it's something that also takes time to get used to, right? But this is something everyone can do. It's just people normally go like this, and they just space slide once or twice, right? I'm just misclicking that. I'm just demonstrating. Another one that I like to do, which I think is really good, is that you put the dummies like this. You make sure they're all within range. That one might be too close. If I go a little bit closer. Okay. Right, I can also attack that one. Put the dummy there. Then I put a dummy here. And I put a dummy here. Right? So the idea behind this is that you're going to click one of these dummies once. And you make a rhythm for each one. So as an example, here, here, here. Right? You can also just left click them. Right? But this just makes you kind of like practice clicking on the dummies and getting accurate, right? Like you don't want to auto attack the same one twice. Right? You can always just get fucking it up. Like this is something that I like to do sometimes when I'm bored, especially. I think it's good practice. Right? You just click them like that and then you misclick, you notice it. Right? Because the idea here is that you can't auto attack this one now, you have to stand in the middle to be able to reach all of them. Right? But this is like a right click practice. Right? And I think this one is actually pretty difficult to pull off properly if you're gonna right click all of them. Right? But this one is more aimed towards like better aiming, because obviously if you hit the same dummy, it's no problem. Like as I said, the problem with the dummy is that you stand still, so you already oh my lethal tempo is not up. Right? So you know where your mouse is gonna be every single time, so then it becomes easy. But then when you have to constantly change the angle or like where you have to click, then it becomes a lot more difficult because you have to click a new spot every single time, as opposed to just two spots, which would be like on this dummy and then here. right? So then I should really wait my leave. I'm tired, okay, I'm sorry. And this video is becoming a lot longer than I was thinking it would be. Right? But then it becomes pretty easy when you're just doing it on one, which is why I would recommend having multiple dummies in different spots like this, right? Like, you are going to fuck it up. I fuck it up. But that, like, especially if you're doing this with a click or something like that, then because you have high attack speed, I mean, I don't think it's humanly possible to attack all of these dummies with only right click once per auto attack, meaning you would auto attack this one, and this one, and this one, and like click like this, right? It's just not going to be possible. So in that case, if you're doing a click like this, then you kind of want to make sure that you're only doing one auto attack on each dummy. I'll just do this one more time to show what I mean. Right? Because this also learns you to like time the rhythm, because the cooldown on your auto attacks is based on your attack speed. Right? So if you do 2 auto attacks on one target, that means that you don't have the rhythm of your auto attacks down, or like the cooldown on your auto attacks. Because if you attack too late or too early, then it's going to do maybe 2 auto attacks on one dummy. Right? So like there, you see I auto attack this one twice, which means that either I click too close to this one twice, or I scuff the cooldown. Right, I attack twice again. I'm fucking tired as shit. But yeah. As I said, again, this one is good because it comes to one dummy, it's not really that impressive. I don't have my lethal tempo again. I should really this video when I'm more awake, but right. Doesn't really become that hard. Which is why I would recommend this a practice like this instead. But again, there's not really much more to say than that about kiting. Like, just don't be lazy. Just clean your entire playstyle. If you're struggling or you're clicking, just stop. Just literally imagine your kiting skills being on the table, and you just take your hand down and you swipe everything off, and you just start from the beginning. Just go slow, get comfortable, and then once you get the rhythm down, then you can do this in, as I said, any state, because it's just going to be pure muscle memory. Which is why you want to take time, because if your muscle memory is bad, then you're gonna need to redo it. Right. Okay, this video is becoming pretty long, so I appreciate you guys watching. And I hope you guys have a good night, morning, whichever it is. Again, thank you so much for watching all my videos and stuff like that. And make sure, if you want more in-depth on a-clicking kiting, then I can really just say go watch the Wackaflcka explain a-clicking and stuff like that. I think it's just called what the fuck is a-click, no problem, Wackaflcka explain. It goes a lot more in-depth about how to kite, but if you know that already, then as I said, swipe the board or the table and just start from the beginning and take it slow. And just make sure that you do it right. Because once you get it right, then you can start doing it faster and faster and faster, right? But yeah, that's everything I can really say. Because in the end, kiting is just moving your mouse up and down, right? I do have lethal tempo. Right? I'm misclicking everything here. Hope you enjoyed this terrible demonstration of how to kite. I'll end it now. Like right there, right? You see I fuck up the, yeah, you know, the speed of my attacks. You'll see, like, you start stuttering when you're walking. Like, you're not doing an auto attack, so I'm doing it too fast in this case. But yeah, there's not really much more than I said already I said this already, that there's not much more to add to this when it comes to kiting, like just clicking. So just get down your muscle memory, and eventually you'll get it better and better and better, and then you post montages, okay? So yeah, hope that explains a little bit more if you didn't already know. This is, as I said, good practice and singular dummy. But again, this is a lot easier to do because it's in this spot, so you're not going to get any good practice because it's too easy. And the second these dummies start moving, then if you could have a moving dummy, that would be insane. One that would like move back and forth a little bit. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good morning, good night, good whichever one. And sorry for rambling, okay? I'm gonna end it now. Peace.